Okay, now we are recording. So, welcome everybody to the weekly community call for chaos. It is your favorite Tuesday, I know. This is your favorite meeting of all the meetings you have, I know. So, it's mine too. I'm Elizabeth. It's not marked here. I know we have a couple new faces here, one new face anyway. Hi, Kirtana, good to see you again. Glad you could make it here. Yeah, so just as a quick reminder, this is under the Chaos Code of Conduct, so keep that in mind. And also, if you don't want to turn your camera on, we don't care. We're totally fine with that. And I'm actually gonna, I don't have the chat window open, so let me just make sure I have that open. Okay. We've been chit-chatting about the podcasts already, but if you would like to share one with others, great. If you would like to add your name, that'd be great. But you don't have to. If it makes you feel weird, that's cool. We don't care. Okay, just another quick reminder that this is the time where we are planning the next CHAOSScon. So these meetings will be split unless we need to have more time for CHAOSScon, and then we'll add a whole other meeting at the end. But I think that we can try just to split this meeting and get it all done. And I see some nods, so good. So this part will just be max of 30 minutes, and then if you're on the CHAOSScon committee, you will stick around. Everybody else is free to go. So here we go. First thing on the agenda is to please help us promote the CHAOSScon CFP. Thank you so much to Kingsley for this wonderful image that we can use. There are some messages that you can already written for you that you can post. We would really appreciate your help just spreading the word outside of our usual networks. So the more people that we have spreading the word, then the more diversity we get, and the more new people we get submitting papers, so or proposals, I should say. So yes, please help us do that. Okay, Sean, you raised your hand.
Is there a PNG or something for that image? I think it's a great image and I'd like to use it. It is a little tricky. Google Docs doesn't really let you download images super easy.
Yeah, you got to kind of copy them and paste them.
Yeah, like I'm doing
It's
this.
in Slack. You see where
In
it
the
says
general
source
channel.
Slack?
Okay, it's in Slack. Cool. Thank you.
Oh,
Excellent.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. I did not see that, Georg, so thank you for pointing it out.
Let me highlight this. Maybe then it will stand out more. What color do we want? Yellow? How about that?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay. Let me know if you cannot open it, then I'll find a different way to get you the image.
Excellent. It is weird how Google Docs does that. Makes it really hard to save images. It's so weird. Any other final or comments, anything else to add to this besides just helping us promote in your channels would be great. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We had some events happening recently to celebrate Hacktoberfest. Not sure that I don't see Harmony yet. But I do see Kingsley. So Kingsley, do you want to just share with us what your team did and how it went?
I can also share on behalf of Harmony after Kingsley.
Hello? Hi, Elizabeth. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, hi, Elizabeth. Hi, everyone. I think it's been a long time I joined this call. It's so good to meet everyone. Maybe I should also share documents here. So, yeah, the design focus group had an X space to just talk about design and open source. And we had Ariel Fox and Christophe Ono joined, and amazing guest. I'm sharing the documents. So the document just has, I think, just a brief overview of what our conversation was about. And then I also have the screenshots here. We had like 144 persons tune in. So we discussed like mostly everything, open design, how people can contribute, and also how to get current contributors more active, and involved in um, the project. we did this last year, but I think this year was much better. And also I got some, requests to join the chaos community and also kind of like following up on some of them or also assisting some of these people with resources. So I don't know if you have like specific questions and
How's it been going?
yeah, it's been great, and of course managing the focus group for like I think it's getting to 3 years now. And getting I've seen designers come and go, and I've also seen some persons stick around. And I think I can see Eunice on this call.
Yeah, the people sticking around, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so we also have a couple of designers stick around, right? And also okay, Eunice, hi. So Eunice, do you mind saying hi?
Hi everyone. Good evening over here in Nigeria. Thank you, Kingsley.
So Eunice is also one of the amazing designers we have. We also have Felix and a couple of others who have also been supporting and also contributing to the project. Um, from Africa, I think one of the things we've also been able to do is also try to change the narrative of just developers being the ones contributing, but also getting more and more designers involved. That also, of course, in the Chaos Con Africa that just also happened, we also got some engagement. So pretty much what I'm also trying to do, because when you get people involved in projects, my understanding over the years is that not everyone just know how to just look at projects and come up with solutions. Maybe, oh, this can be better and lead initiatives and all that. So one of the things I've been trying to do is also curate, projects and things we can do. A good example is the Chaos Europe and the Chaos Brand project, which is also one major project I've been on. But it's still in the pipeline. I haven't shared. So the idea is that we have a basic plan, a basic brand that captures the logo, the colorful logo, nice. We are not changing that. It's so colorful and beautiful. So we are not changing that. So one of the things we're offering like in the future is that all ChaosCon events should have a style to it. So we won't always have to come back to ChaosCon Europe, but you have ChaosCon Europe, ChaosCon Africa, we have other regions, and I believe this is going to grow with time. So having a guide that can guide people to even design for our events, stickers, merchandise, and like pretty much every asset we need, and having something that is much more robust, right? So you always have where to go to and pick certain things. So it's kind of like a huge project, very optimistic project, but then I'm also hoping to get more and more persons involved, right, to contribute to this. So we won't always have a need to worry about our designs and also really integrating the design culture into the chaos community. So the way we also think about the developers, the technical writers and all that, we also kind of like design also comes up, not really like an afterthought, but also like integrated into part of what we are doing. So these and a lot more was just the direction of this conversation and how to really get more designers involved into the system. So, but I must also commend the chaos community, Elizabeth and Gork, and they've really been forthcoming and also, pulling designs in and also making those requests that also make designers recognized. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I think I'm just gonna pause there. Yeah.
I have many projects in my head, so
Huh.
I feel bad like always bugging you all, but I'm glad that there are things that you can work on. And I know, Eunice, I owe you some things for the timeline. I have not organized that yet, so it's on my list. I know you're waiting patiently for me. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Kingsley, too, for all of your amazing work leading the design group for years, as you mentioned, years. I don't know where CHAOSS would be without the strong brand that we have and the gorgeous designs that we have for our website, for the signage, for, like you mentioned, all the Chaos Cons. Just a really amazing job. Amazing job. Does anybody have questions for Kingsley? Other questions? Oh, and Callie mentions in chat that the design group has also been working with eight knot. So amazing. Love that. Love to see that collaboration. That's fantastic.
Yeah, this is something that's been going on for a while now, but we didn't have the engineering support to make it happen, and we finally have. And so I just wanted to promote that it's live, and it is all from the fantastic work from the design group to come up with the redesign, and we're just the ones executing the fantastic ideas.
Amazing. Thank you, Kali. I know I was in on this with um Lami took a break. You
Yes.
know, she yeah, she moved to Canada, and I think that also really impacted her contribution. But I was pretty much like fully aware. I also did some illustrations for the work, and I think Emmanuel too. So, but of course, she also briefed me on the fact that I think we didn't have enough technical hands to execute the design, so we actually took a little pause on that. I'm happy to hear that this is live and it's coming up. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Mary Blessing, do you want to go ahead and give a quick update on the technical writer workshop that we hosted on the 18th?
Yeah, sure. Kingsley, your hand is raised. Did you want to say something before I move on?
Yeah. So I just wanted to add that just I don't know if we have like a list of requests for the Chaos Con besides the CFP. I know you listed some on Slack channel, or if we have like a document to it, I can so like reference to. So just that, and that will be all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so Harmony was the lead organizer for this. I just supported as much as I could, alongside Motoraya as well. But it was a training and it was focused on open source documentation and technical writing. I just put the link to the repo in the chat. And we had speakers, we had someone from the States, we had someone from I think it was Uganda now, I can't remember, but we mostly had speakers from Nigeria take some of the topics. I see Anita on the call as well. She was one of the speakers to, I was also a speaker in the breakout session. So we had about 108 something persons registered, but sadly we didn't have a lot of people turn up, and I suspect a lot of people the timing didn't work for a lot of folks that eventually registered, especially from the MLAGM platform. Yeah, so we had, I think, about 30 something people in total. Harmony might have to check Zoom to get the full stats on that. But from what I remember on the call, that was the number of people I saw turn up for the session. But it was good. We got good feedback. People like the sessions, right? And the breakouts were quite interactive as well. And yeah, I think also Harmony has been sending out thank you emails to people, speakers, and attendees as well. So maybe we might get more in-depth feedback on how that went out for folks eventually. But yeah, it was good. The planning was good, and yeah, we're also going to be updating the repo with resources from speakers like their slides and some of the things that they mentioned as well. So yeah.
Any questions for Mary Blessing? I'm just gonna put a link here so we don't forget. I have a question for Mary Blessing for you. Do you
Yes,
Have you, I guess, how do I want to say this? Have you seen an increase then in the number of contributors? Did we get anybody that came on to CHAOSS from that, that is still sticking around and looking for things to do?
Oh yeah, you mean from the event, the training?
Yeah,
Um, really, I think Harmony might have most of those data. I didn't really look into it, but
no worries.
um, I would speak to him about it and see if we can really track any of those data from our end.
I was just mostly curious. No biggie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we did try to get people to join the community, put up the QR code and things, but I'll let him know to see how we can track those data as well.
Excellent work. Thank you for doing that. I know that was a lot of work to organize that and put it together and then host it. It was like a 3 hour event, so that's a lot.
It was
That's
for
a lot of,
us.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's a lot of work. So excellent work, though. We really appreciate the effort for sure. And I'm sure others have as well, as they can now join an open source project. Even if they don't join CHAOSS, that's okay. That's all right. Any questions for Mary Blessing? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Funding Impact Measurement Working Group. Andrew's gonna.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to mention we have a meeting tomorrow, so we meet every other week. It's at 9 o'clock US Central Time, 9 a.m. But we have Andrew Nesbitt from Ecosystems is going to be there to talk about some data he has around open source projects and funding. And he gave us a short version of this presentation at CHAOSScon North America in Denver, and it was super interesting. So if you're interested in how funding gets to open source projects, I would encourage you to come along to the funding working group meeting. That's it.
Awesome. Any questions for Dawn?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm curious to know if this group also like create metrics to help around funding in open source as well, or that is still a work in progress. If you get what I mean.
Yeah. So the working group isn't really focused on defining new metrics because I think we have a lot of the metrics that we need for this. But this working group is a little more focused on talking about how you basically how you measure the impact of funding and how it depends and how it's different depending on what type of funding it is. And so, for example, last week we had, or the last meeting, we had a couple of folks from the Sovereign Tech Agency, Sovereign Tech Fund in Germany, come and talk about how they're measuring the impact of their investments. And I think later in November, I think it's in about a month, we're going to have somebody come in from NGI Commons, so the EU funding group, and she's going to talk about how they're measuring the impact of their funding. So we have a lot more conversations around how people are doing this and what works and what doesn't. We talk about it's a pretty broad set of things.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll be curious to know what that looks like in countries or other continents like Africa and Asia. But yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, you're welcome to come along. Anybody can join us, please.
Okay.
Excellent. Thanks, Dawn. Quick update on website. We had a plugin that stopped working. So, sometimes things break and they give you an opportunity to do something new. So we now have this page for our governing board, and we've also listed the former board members as well. So we did not have that on the website before. So yeah, and we also added the location for folks just to give a little more visibility. on where people are from. So that's pretty much it. And we also link to their LinkedIn now. So here's Ruth. Ta-da. So that's exciting. Woohoo.
It is. Thank you. What would what would you all think about having on there also the years that board members served? So since when someone has been on the board, and also for the past members, what years they were on the board. I don't know if we
Yeah,
need
I
that
agree.
history. Maybe it's just me that I think it looks, or that it provides interesting information about the health of the board and the turnover or the evolution of knowledge on the board and stuff like that.
I don't think we have anything to say about that yet. But
All he's
so, I mean,
saying is
I
to
think it's a good
document
idea.
when people have been on the board historically, is what he's saying. It's not the same
Yeah,
conversation.
so it would be like, they served from what year to what year, like when they're like joined on what month or year. I think that would be super interesting to list. I don't know how to get that information, especially for these folks. That might
Yeah.
I think what I'm suggesting is you just put it up like this for now and figure that out later. So we just get that page back live.
Yeah. Oh, it's live. Yeah, it's up.
Okay, it is live. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah, we can certainly iterate on it. We can add. So just in case people don't know, this is all information getting pulled from GitHub now, so we can easily add whatever we want. And if you're one of these folks and you want to put a new picture up here, no problem. Just submit a PR and we can take care of that. So where is it on GitHub? Oh, good question. It's in the community repo under governance. There's a new folder called board. So it has a little file for each person, and then a folder for images as well.
Nice. Thank you.
So yeah, we can put whatever we want on here. Exciting. Okay. And lastly, we have a couple minutes left. GitHub pinned repos. Dawn, did you put this on here?
I did, yes. So I was looking at the GitHub org, and I noticed the pinned repos are Augur, Grimoire Lab, and Community, which totally makes sense. And then the fourth one is WG Metrics Models, which doesn't meet any longer. So I was wondering if anyone would object to me changing that to the education repo, because that seems like the other one that's kind of that we want to push people to, and that's more general, I think, general interest. Good idea, bad idea, thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, I got some thumbs ups. So unless somebody objects, I'll go ahead and make that change at some point.
Yeah, I don't see anybody concerned. I only see thumbs ups. So yeah,
Cool.
seems
All right,
good. Good catch on that, because God knows how long that's been there. So
random things you notice when
Yes.
you're looking for something else.
yes. Lots of those. Before we head out, the daylight savings nightmare is upon us in just a couple of weeks. So again, just keep up with the CHAOSS calendar. Subscribe if you haven't, if you can. If you have problems subscribing, just ping me or pop something in a channel somewhere and tag me and I'll help you work through it. I really know that it causes a lot of confusion. So also just kind of help everybody figure out when stuff's happening. If you're a working group leader, that would be super helpful. Yeah, Sean, go ahead.
Does Europe still change like a week before we do? I just want to make sure we know the
Yes.
specific. Okay. So it's like November 2nd is us, but I think the problem comes that week between whatever that Sunday is before and
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, so we actually change our clocks on this Sunday, the 26th.
Yeah.
So Sean is absolutely correct. The week of confusion is the week before November 2nd.
And the fall is the easy time of year because it's in the spring where there's 3 weeks of this offset. And it's in
Ouch.
reverse because the USA changes first, I believe, in the spring.
And
I
then we
think.
have other regions of the world besides Europe and the US. So for us, this week between Europe and US is the most impactful, and then other chaotics living in other regions of the world have different schedules.
Yeah, like countries that don't go into daylight savings time are just perplexed the entire time.
Yep. And if you're in a place that does do say daylight savings, but you want to attend one of the meetings that is in a place that does not, that's also confusing for you. So yeah, like the Chaos Africa meetings don't change for them. They stay the same because they don't change. And but if I wanted to attend, I change. They don't. Yeah. Anyway, you get it.
Damien points out the Southern Hemisphere has another reverse problem because the Earth is tilted at like 23.5 degrees or something because we made it wrong.
Yeah, so anyway, the calendar should be up to date. And you can also, I think it's already, you know, if you look, if you go to like November, you'll see that the change already is there. So go to November. Why won't it go to November? Okay. How do I work this? There we go. So you'll see that, you know, for me, I'm looking at this on Central, but the Chaos Africa meetings will look different than they did in October. Maybe not. I don't know. Yes, so here it says 8 a.m., whereas before it was 9 a.m. So if you're curious and you want to look ahead to see what might change for you, you can do that. Okay, other quick reminders. The CFP for CHAOSS EU is open until November 2nd. So if you want to submit something and you haven't, you can do that, and you should do that. Also, it is January 29th. If you're going to be at FOSDEM, it's the Thursday before FOSDEM, and we will have some other information for you very soon. Other conference reminders, if you're into that, some other CFPs, so get on that train if you're there, and other events to attend. So I am going to stop sharing now. I think that's it for our main meeting. If you are on the CHAOSScon committee, planning committee, then stick around. Everybody else, you're free to go. And I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. So we'll see you later. Bye. And I'm going to also stop the recording.